Okay. All right, so here we are. More people coming in. So again, the whole concept of design is extremely important. It's not just limited to Photoshop. Who cares? Forget Photoshop. It's about whole life. Okay, everything is designed. How many here have their own rooms at home and you have everything designed accordingly? Your bed's in one place, your computer's in another place, your stuffed animals in another place, for those who have stuffed animals. Your artwork's in one place, and so good. If you notice, this classroom is specifically designed. It's zoned, okay? And I take great pride in this classroom. I want to keep it clean, nice, and useful, and really to the point where it encourages and promotes creativity. And as you can see right now, around the classroom, it has, okay? A lot of creativity here. This is the students' classroom. Behind me, of course, is my podcast room. And, of course, to the left of the podcast room is our brand new gaming area, okay? So basically, I'm offering all the really cool equipment, like the monitors and the wires. At this point right now, I'm just going to ask students to bring in their PS5s and their Xboxes and their Nintendos, whichever you want. We're going to run it through HDMI and network, okay? And we'll do the best we can. I'm trying hard to get an esports program, but I've been saying that for a long time. We'll see what happens. So anyways, if you open up Principles Design right here, okay, take it easy. We are probably not going to run out of time probably, but if you open up, it's U14L1a. God bless you. Okay, Mr. Lopez, are you here? No? Mr. Chua, are you here? Yes, you are. Okay. All right. Okay, please open up the PowerPoint, okay? Or the Principal Design, please open that up. You should have this right here. So, and I know especially in this class, a lot of you are wanting to go into some sort of design work. And design work is not just graphic art, okay? It's, anybody want to go into interior design? Anybody want to go into furniture placement or set design? How about mural, painting, artists? Okay, I know there's a lot of people, of course, Laura, and Angeline, of course they do. Okay, how about, I mean, it's also pottery. It's next door, we have ceramics. Everything has these principles, okay? When you move, okay, when you guys get married and move, okay, you better darn well believe there has to be an agreement with balance and symmetry. What was that? Easy. Okay. Okay, so it's life. Everything is okay. I'm sure most of you will own a car, and how you enter a car denotes the personality of the person that you're riding with, right? And so you guys want to be aware, keep your car clean. If you look at some of these Uber drivers, okay, they really do a good job keeping their cars clean, mainly because they're told to. But if you notice, the right side where the passengers are is different than the left side where the driver is, okay? The drivers they have their phones, their monitors, but on the right side, basically, if you look at these Uber and Lyft drivers, they have water sometimes, hand sanitizers. It's really cool how they kind of do things for those of you who use Uber. At any rate, here we are. So the first thing right here slide is called balance, okay? Balance is everything, okay? It's not just graphics, it's also your entire life, okay? So how many feel that they have a balanced life? Or is it kind of chaotic? Okay, Melissa, do you have a balanced life? Okay. So at any rate, yeah, I mean, one part of the day you spend studying, it should be a good chunk of the day where you dedicate to your academics. Another part of the day you're with your family, another part of the day with your friends, and the rest, of course, is whatever helps you, whether you're in sports, cheerleading, basketball, football, whatever the case may be. And of course, I'm sure there's some time for social media, right? Yep, I know it. So anyways, balance is everything, man. There's two types of balance here. There's symmetrical and asymmetrical, okay? Hello. Good morning.
First period tomorrow.
First period tomorrow, okay. Okay, okay. First period tomorrow, I got you. Okay. Great. Okay, so anyways, balance right here is, if you notice this right, this is symmetrical. Even though the elements look different, okay, there's still a balance. Now, if you look at some of the drawings that Angeline has done over there, okay, if you look at the right side, it's, even though they're different characters and different colors, it's still symmetrical because it's the same kind of feeling, the same kind of emotion. You're looking at cartoons, you're looking at characters, you're looking at something very enlightening. So, and there's movement, obviously, okay? So she did a fantastic job. Now, if you guys are ever to go to the restroom and you see this symbol, right? What does this mean? Who can use this restroom? Men, women, yes, that's right. Everybody. Of course, what symbol is missing if it's a family bathroom? The baby. The infant, okay? Anyways, asymmetrical is when you have two different objects. They're not alike. Of course, men and women, they're not alike. I mean, in terms of this graphics here is concerned. But I'm just saying that there is definitely a difference because typically you either have, in most restrooms, you either have men or you have women, right? But in this case, you have both. So they kind of denote two characters. So they're saying that anybody is welcomed. All right, so that's what I'd like you to kind of think about, symmetrical and asymmetrical. But there's symmetrical. See, if you look at the difference here is purpose and gender, obviously. Here is kind of always the same. But like I said, this could represent, remember we did the dream house? This could represent the couch. This could represent the TV. This could represent the dining room. This could represent the bed. This could represent the dinner table. This could represent, I don't know, whatever, the radio, okay? So I'm just saying, but it all is in the house. They serve the single purpose, okay? So what I'd like you to do now is the next slide is a empty slide. Go online, please, and look up asymmetrical, balance, and then look in things like design. It doesn't have to be brochure, but it could be design. And if you look at right there, okay, this is asymmetry. See, look at that. There's a difference. Actually, you can look up symmetrical. So let's look at both symmetry and asymmetry. Okay, so symmetry is the same thing. Both sides. It's like a mirror effect. Okay. What's this? This looks like a video game. Anyways. So find something, copy it, and bring it into the slide. So something like this. Yes, ma'am. Oh, what happened? Okay, so what you do is click on the apple, and then force click.
You put this in the balance one?
Yeah. Well, there's two types of balances, symmetry and asymmetry. So this one I'm showing you an example of symmetry. Okay, you get it, Victoria? So symmetry is a lot like, looking in the mirror, you have your left side, you have your right side. If you're a healthy person, your left and right, pretty much the same, okay? Yin and yang, okay? That's asymmetry. Remember the old yin and yang symbol? Okay, so yin, yang, okay? This is asymmetry, okay? Because it's two different things, but they serve a purpose, okay? So at any rate, but symmetrical design, we're looking at that. Feel free to use this, or feel free to even use this. And actually, what symmetrical design, let's look at business cards. Although, see, here's a business card for it with asymmetry. Just to kind of give you an example of what it might look like. Okay? And mark my word, most of you, in fact, I bet you in this class, all of you will have business cards. If you want to make money and if you want to make connections. So here's an example of a symmetry. McDonald's. Anybody have McDonald's this morning? No? Okay. Here's another one. Symmetry. Here's asymmetry. Okay. So I'm going to take this one right here, copy image. And I'm going to go in here and I'm going to put in this right here. Okay. Now I can double click and shorten it. Move this over, and then I can just type in symmetry. Okay? That's called symmetry when both halves are the same. In other words, symmetry is when you see like a mirror image of each other. Okay? Asymmetrical is differences. There's obviously a difference. Okay? So it's like you're standing next to your friend at a mirror. Okay? Most of you are pretty darn good with that. Okay, so I'm just saying, if you ever took a picture of you and your friend, even though it's your two friends, it's still asymmetrical. So, because it's two different people. Okay, so if you were to look for asymmetrical balanced business cards, that's kind of easy to find. So find something that's asymmetrical. So here is one that's kind of interesting. So you have, this is symmetry. You got two people playing, and then you got this one poor girl that's just kind of sitting there. All right, and then here's another that's asymmetrical. Okay. So find something and copy it over. Kind of hard to find one, isn't it? Well, here's, or you can just do it yourself. You know, you can always go over here and you can just use the color tools right here, shapes, and you can just kind of draw on your own. See, this is it right here. Here's one, and then you can go to another shape right here. And then give it a different color. See? There we have it. Okay? So, in other words, if they're completely different, if they were to mirror each other. So that is balance asymmetry. Okay. And start thinking about who you want to build a brochure for. Who do you want to build a website, like a business card for? Okay, it might be a teacher. Okay, I kind of want it on campus, and because that way I can talk to the person. All right. So if you were to do a side business or your own business or your parents' business, that's not going to really help me. But I want to be able to talk to the person. All right, so here's contrast. Contrast is pretty much, well, it's the opposite, okay? So it's like black and white, blue and yellow, okay? So in other words, you use the background color to emphasize the foreground color. What is the most famous contrasting sign there is in the whole world? Stop sign. Okay? Hopefully you guys pay attention to this, okay, as you drive. But the stop sign, okay, you notice that regardless of, you should be able to tell the size, based on the size, the shape, the colors, that this is a stop sign. So if you watch this, you stop, okay? But if I was to go to any street sign, okay, here we go. So if you look at all these, they don't do a very good, they're not very passionate, are they here? Here we go. So if you look at all these, okay, everything has contrasting colors. You should be able to, you should not have any, was it, who plays football here? I remember I was at the booth and I couldn't read the opposing team's numbers because it was like purple and black. And I was like, oh my God, I could not read it. It was that bad. But you should not have that kind of struggle. And I think it was the team from Mark Keppel. That was really bad. But anyways, here we have it. So if you wanted to do contrast, you can just take the stop sign and put that on there. There's also a do not enter. There's also a detour. All these road streets, even if you look at the street signs here, okay? Everything is contrasty, so you should be clearly able to see the imagery, okay, and it should not have any issues whatsoever. So, okay, so if you were to look for a street sign, I'm just going to copy this one. There it is right there. But you can also do something like this, okay? So if you were to take a shape, color this blue, and then take another shape, okay, there we have it. So you can see right there that we have two contrasting things. I can clearly see the other one. Yeah. But if I used another one, like say for instance this right here, okay, look at this color here. It's hard to see, right? It's kind of getting worse and worse and worse the more, okay? But you want to use colors that can definitely emphasize lighter, darker colors, things of that nature. So that contrast is very important. And if I was to go into, like, say, a business card, okay, contrast colors. There it is right there, okay? So business cards are very, very noteworthy of contrasting colors because you want to emphasize. Okay, and speaking of emphasize, let's go to the next one. That's our next one. Emphasize. What do you want to show off? What do you want to do? What do you want to kind of like, what's the main purpose? So in this case right here, so here I'm trying to emphasize this, I don't know what that is. But here I want to emphasize, okay, what is this? That's weird. Okay, I don't know how that got in there. All right, but anyways, if you notice, we're emphasizing a product here, okay? So let me go over here. I'm going to replace this image because I don't like the symbol. So everybody go ahead and type in emphasize. See right here, this is what I'm talking about. So you're emphasizing something that's clearly distinction from everybody else, okay? So here, emphasize the red by making it different from anybody else, okay? Same thing over here, okay? Same thing over here. So right here, this is a nice one. I'm going to use this one instead. Copy image. Go over here. I don't know what that is about, so I'm going to paste that here. So that's what I'm talking about. If you notice, one thing is the odd man out. So write down, it brings out the odd one out. Okay? Yeah, so you want to say who looks different, who looks so unique, okay? So find something that will work for you or something that you think is emphasized, okay? Okay, kind of easy stuff. And more than likely, let me see, what time is it? Okay, so I just want to explain one more thing, and that's movement, okay? We are not going to get to the other one, so we'll do that tomorrow. So I want to give you some time to kind of finish up other projects, other stuff. Okay, so the next one is called movement. Okay, movement is, well, obviously, ability to lead the viewer's eye, okay? Ability to lead the viewer's eye. A great way of doing that, of course, is the rule. Let's look at some of the movement in design. Let's look at the Dodgers symbol. Any Dodger fans here? Do you see movement here? Lines emphasize movement. Okay? Let's look at the Lakers. Is there movement there? Absolutely. Look at the lines. Okay. How about the Rams? Nothing. But actually there is, okay? There's a little bit of movement here. See that? Circle, circle. So you're leading the eye, okay? Not so much here, but yeah, you are. Even our beloved Azusa Aztec Jaguars. Okay, can we find it? See, look at it. There is movement. You may not like this logo, but there's movement. See that? There is movement. The animal is moving. Okay, so it's actually not a bad, well, I mean, yeah, I know it's controversial, but anyways, it is what it is. So you want movement. How about like a shooting star? Okay. Look at that. Is there a movement there? Now, which photograph allows for movement? Leading lines. Okay. Leading lines. Look at that. There's movement. You're looking straight ahead. You see a vector there? It's going straight from one to another. So feel free to go ahead and copy either a photograph or a graphic of anything that you find with movement. Okay, for sure. Okay, when you use the filter, the move filter, it's all about movement. Okay, so you want to have movement if you're a team on the go, if you're a person on the go. Okay, if you are a baker, then maybe movement is not what you want to communicate. But if you are a courier, or if you are a taxi driver, let's see what is there. Does Uber have a symbol? Uber. Yeah, Uber is just there. All right. Well, anyways, yeah. Yeah. So, anyways, you don't see much, but Uber should, because it's about movement, right? At least I hope it is. What about Lyft? I've been using Lyft a lot. Yeah, not much movement, but there is a little bit. I mean, you can see the really good design there. All right, so find something, and that's pretty much it for lecture today. I don't want to inundate too much.